The halls of Hartley High are buzzing again. But this time, the drama feels heavier, the heartbreak cuts deeper, and the secrets could destroy everything. Heartbreak High is back for its third season, and this trailer wastes no time reminding us why fans can't look away. It's loud, emotional, and brutally honest, the kind of chaos that only Hartley High can deliver. Every face carries a story, every glance hides a secret, and this season, nothing stays buried for long. Asterisk season to left fans in shock. The relationships we thought were unbreakable started to fall apart. Amerie and Harper, once inseparable, drifted into a painful silence, each blaming the other for what went wrong. Their friendship, built on laughter and rebellion, turned into something fragile and full of regret. And as the camera lingers on them in the new trailer, you can almost feel the distance between them. It's not just a story of two girls. It's a reflection of growing up when love and loyalty start to clash. Meanwhile, the rest of Hartley High isn't any calmer. Darren is still struggling to figure out who they want to be, caught between the pressure to fit in and the desire to stay true. Cass's quiet strength hides a storm inside him, and even Malachi seems to be battling emotions he can't control. The trailer flashes scenes of arguments, tears, and moments of pure chaos, parties gone wrong, whispers in the hallways, and teachers losing control. It's not just school drama anymore. It's real, messy life captured in quick flashes of color and sound. The energy of the trailer feels different this time. It's darker, more intense, almost like Hartley High itself has changed. The carefree spirit from season 1 has turned into something heavier. The music builds like a heartbeat, fast, unpredictable, and full of tension. You can tell that season 3 isn't just about who dates who. It's about what happens when pain catches up, when choices have consequences, and when growing up means losing pieces of yourself along the way. And yet, even in all the chaos, there's still hope. Small moments, a shared smile, a comforting hug, a look that says, "I'm sorry," remind us why this show hits so hard. Heartbreak High doesn't just tell stories about teenagers. It tells stories about survival, about finding yourself even when the world around you feels impossible to understand. This trailer shows us that season 3 isn't just another chapter. It's a turning point. A final test for everyone at Hartley High. Asterisk, there's something different in the air at Hartley High this season. A feeling that the calm before the storm has finally broken. The trailer wastes no time throwing us right into the heart of the chaos. New faces walk through the school gates, bringing new secrets, new energy, and new danger. There's laughter one second and heartbreak the next. You can feel the tension brewing under every scene. Something big is coming, and no one is ready for it. Amerie looks stronger but also more guarded, like she's built walls to keep her heart safe this time. The sparkle in her eyes is still there, but it's sharper, colder. She's not the same girl who used to chase love or approval. Now she's learning to stand alone, but the trailer hints that her past isn't done with her yet. Harper's story seems to twist even deeper into pain and redemption. You catch glimpses of her trying to make things right, but every apology feels too late. There's a scene of her walking alone in the rain, simple, quiet, but filled with so much emotion that you can't help but wonder if forgiveness is even possible anymore. Then there's Darren, always the life of the group, but this time, their smile hides something heavier. The trailer flashes quick cuts of confusion, tears, and moments of vulnerability that show just how much pressure they're under. The world keeps telling them who to be, and this season, Darren looks ready to push back harder than ever. Cash, on the other hand, seems caught between two lives, the loyal friend and the boy trying to escape a past that keeps pulling him down. Every shot of him feels tense, like he's running from something we don't fully see yet. And let's not forget the love stories, the messy, complicated, beautiful love stories that make Heartbreak High so addictive. New relationships bloom out of nowhere while old ones crumble in silence. There are scenes of kisses under neon lights, fights in empty hallways, and heartbreak that feels almost too real. The trailer teases us with glimpses of passion and pain, but never gives away who will end up together or who will break apart for good. The tone of Season 3 is undeniably darker. The colors are moodier, the soundtrack more haunting, and the stakes much higher. It feels like the writers have stripped away the teenage innocence and left us with something raw and honest. The kind of storytelling that makes you feel every heartbeat, every mistake, every regret. It's not just about the drama anymore. It's about consequences. The kind you can't escape, no matter how hard you try. Hartley High has always been wild, but now it feels dangerous, like everyone's one decision away from losing everything. And that's what makes this trailer impossible to forget. It's not just another season. It's the start of something that will change every character forever. Asterisk beneath all the chaos, the parties, and the gossip. Heartbreak High has always been about something deeper, the pain of growing up and the courage it takes to face yourself. In Season 3, that emotion hits harder than ever. The trailer doesn't just show us drama. It shows us hearts breaking in silence, friends turning into strangers, and people trying to put themselves back together after falling apart. It's raw, it's honest, and it's heartbreak in its truest form. Amerie's story becomes the emotional center of this season. She's always been the bold one, and afraid to speak her mind, and afraid to love. But this time, her strength feels different. You can see the weight of everything she's been through. The moments of laughter are still there, but they're mixed with guilt and sadness that never fully go away. There's a scene where she stands alone, watching her friends from a distance, the small, quiet shot. But it says everything. She's realizing that growing up sometimes means standing alone even when it hurts. Harper's arc, on the other hand, feels like a mirror of regret and redemption. The trailer gives us glimpses of her trying to make things right, reaching out, apologizing, fighting the version of herself she doesn't want to be anymore. You can feel her pain through every frame. Harper's journey isn't just about forgiveness. It's about learning to forgive herself. The show captures that feeling perfectly when your past mistakes echo so loudly that you can't hear your own heart anymore. Darren's emotional thread ties it all together. They've always been the voice of honesty, the one who could turn pain into laughter. But now, we see cracks in that confidence. The trailer shows Darren struggling to balance who they are with who the world expects them to be. There's a powerful shot, them standing in front of a mirror, makeup half done, eyes filled with tears, a reminder that self-discovery isn't beautiful or easy. It's messy, loud, and full of doubt. That's what makes it real. Every character in this trailer seems to be searching for connection in a world that keeps pulling them apart. The hugs feel tighter, the apologies sound more desperate, and the tears feel earned. It's not just teen drama anymore. It's a reflection of every heartbreak we've lived through, the friendships that broke, the love that didn't last, the version of ourselves we had to leave behind. The beauty of Heartbreak High is that it doesn't shy away from pain. It stares straight into it and says, "This is what growing up feels like." And in Season 3, that honesty becomes its greatest strength. This isn't just a story about heartbreak, it's about healing too. Every scar tells a story, and every broken heart is still beating, waiting to be understood. Asterisk the final moments of the Heartbreak High Season 3 trailer feel like an explosion. Every emotion, every lie, every unspoken word finally breaking free. You can sense it in the way the music builds, how the shots get quicker, and how every character seems to be standing on the edge of something huge. This isn't just another season. It feels like the calm is gone for good, and what's coming next will change everything. The trailer ends with chaos, shouting in classrooms, a car speeding down wet streets, someone crying in silence, someone walking away without looking back. All those flashes hit like lightning, quick, sharp, unforgettable. It's the kind of editing that leaves your heart racing, your mind spinning, and your curiosity burning. You can tell Netflix is holding back something big, something no one sees coming. Maybe a shocking twist, maybe a heartbreak we'll never recover from, but one thing's clear. This is the most emotional season yet, and through all that intensity, there's one thing that still stands out: the message. Heartbreak High has never been about perfection. It's about the mistakes we make, the people we hurt, and the strength it takes to start over. Season 3 looks like it's finally bringing everything full circle: love, pain, forgiveness, and growth. The trailer doesn't promise happy endings. It promises truth, and that's what makes it powerful. As the final shot fades, the Netflix logo appears, glowing red against the dark screen. The music drops to silence, leaving just one question echoing in your mind: who will survive the heartbreak this time? The trailer doesn't answer. It just dares you to find out. Season 3 isn't just a return to Hartley High, it's a reckoning. The choices made in the past are catching up, and every relationship is being tested. Love turns into war. As the trailer fades to black, what's left isn't just silence, it's the echo of everything Heartbreak High stands for. Season 3 doesn't just promise drama, it promises growth, closure, and the kind of truth that comes only after everything has fallen apart. You can feel that this isn't the end of a school year, it's the end of an era. The students we met back in Season 1 aren't the same anymore. They've loved, they've broken, they've rebuilt. And now, as the final chapter begins, every emotion they buried is coming to the surface. There's a sense of maturity in every frame, like the show itself has grown up with its audience. The camera lingers longer, the music carries deeper emotion, and even the smallest glances feel heavy with meaning. You see Amerie finally facing her truth, Harper breaking free from her guilt, Darren learning that being different is their greatest strength, and Cash realizing that love doesn't fix everything, sometimes it just shows you who you really are. It's not about being perfect. It's about surviving what life throws at you and still choosing to move forward. The beauty of Heartbreak High has always been its honesty. It never hides behind fantasy or flawless characters. It shows the mess, the real, painful, awkward parts of being young and lost. And in Season 3, that raw emotion reaches its peak. The heartbreaks aren't just romantic anymore, they're about identity, friendship, family, and learning to let go. Every scene in the trailer feels like a goodbye and a beginning at the same time. It's powerful because it's real, and that's what makes fans keep coming back. The final shot says it all. The group stands together, not as the same friends they once were, but as people who've survived something unforgettable. The screen cuts to black, the words "the final season" flash across, and you realize this is more than just another Netflix show. It's a mirror to growing up, to heartbreaks that shaped us, to lessons we didn't want to learn, and to the truth that every ending is also a new start. So when the heartbreak ends, what's left is honesty, the kind that hurts, but heals too. Heartbreak High Season 3 isn't just closing a story. It's closing a chapter of youth itself. And when the credits roll, one thing will stay with you, the reminder that sometimes heartbreak isn't the end. It's where you finally find yourself. Long after the final bell rings at Hartley High, Heartbreak High will keep echoing, not just as a show, but as a feeling. It's that mix of chaos and connection, of laughter through pain, of growing up too fast yet not fast enough. Season 3 might close the story, but the impact it leaves behind is something you can't turn off. Because what this series does so beautifully is hold up a mirror to real life, the messy, unfiltered kind, and it dares us to look closer. From the start, Heartbreak High has never tried to be perfect. It didn't give us flawless heroes or simple villains. It gave us real people lost, loud, and learning as they go. It showed that heartbreak isn't just about love. It's about identity, friendship, and finding out who you are when the world tells you who to be. And in Season 3, that truth feels sharper, more alive. Every argument, every tear, every silent look between characters reminds you that growing up isn't about finding all the answers. It's about surviving the questions. This show became more than entertainment. It became a voice for the misunderstood, the outcast, the ones who never fit the mold. Harper's pain, Amerie's resilience, Darren's courage, Cash's quiet strength. They're not just characters. They're reflections of the parts we often hide. Heartbreak High speaks to anyone who's ever felt broken and thought they were alone. It says, "You're not. You never were." And that's why this final season matters so much. It's not just closing a story, it's closing a generation of emotions. For fans who grew with these characters, this finale feels personal. It's a goodbye to the noise of teenage years, to friendships that changed everything, and to lessons that still sting. The legacy of Heartbreak High isn't in its plot twists or cliffhangers. It's in the way it makes us feel seen, understood, and brave enough to face our own heartbreaks. As the screen fades to black and the last note of the soundtrack echoes, you realize something powerful. Heartbreak High was never just about a school. It was about life, unfiltered, unfair, unforgettable. And though the story ends here, the emotion stays. Because once you've walked those halls, felt that pain, and seen that hope, Heartbreak High becomes a part of you, always. The sound of the final bell echoes through Hartley High, not just marking the end of another season, but the end of a story that defined a generation. Heartbreak High, Season 3 doesn't fade quietly. It leaves with a heartbeat. Every scene, every line, every tear feels like a goodbye we weren't ready for. The characters we met as reckless teens now stand taller, wiser, and bruised by everything they've lived through. It's the kind of ending that doesn't wrap things neatly. It lets the pain breathe, it lets the truth stay messy, and it lets us feel it all. This season doesn't promise fairy tales or perfect endings. It gives us something real, closure that hurts and heals at the same time. Amerie finally learns that some friendships don't last forever, but that doesn't mean they weren't real. Harper faces her demons and learns that redemption starts when you forgive yourself. Darren realizes that being different isn't something to hide, it's their greatest power. And Cash, in his quiet way, reminds us that love isn't about fixing people, it's about understanding them. The trailer and the story it teases feels like a love letter to growing up. It reminds us that heartbreak doesn't end when high school does. It just changes shape. The mistakes, the chaos, the moments that broke us, they all become part of who we are. That's what Heartbreak High leaves behind. Not just memories, but lessons. Lessons about how love can hurt and still be worth it. How friends can drift apart and still matter. And how sometimes the only way to move forward is to let go. As the final shot fades, the screen turns black. The Netflix logo glows red, the music fades to silence, and all that remains is that lingering ache in your chest, the one that says, this story meant something, and it did. It reminded us that heartbreak is universal, that healing takes time, and that even when everything falls apart, life keeps moving.